while the Angolan people were fighting and ended up defeating the Portuguese colonialism, the South African people were fighting and have defeated the apartheid regime that oppressed them. From that time to date, our countries, both as free, independent and democratic countries, have decided to establish friendship relations, but mainly economic cooperation relations between the two. It is not by chance that after my first elections, that is the elections that made me President of the Republic in my first term in 2017, I decided to choose South Africa as the first country to be visited. It was the first ever country in the world that me, in my capacity as president in 2017, I visited by holding the first state visit to South Africa. The time has come for us to conduct this second state visit, which I deem to be of great importance. And this morning, we had not only the tete-a-tete between the two heads of state, but also the official talks between the two presidential delegations. At a tete-a-tete, I seized the occasion to congratulate President Cyril Ramaphosa for the fact that in our continent, whereby the conduction of elections in many cases is a cause of instability, he and his party have managed to make a transition that is a post-election period that is very stable, very beyond from the predictions of the pessimist analysts that thought that it was hard or even impossible. As a matter of fact, the reality has shown that the government of national unit made up by various political parties, apparently with different political manifestos, is yielding result for the benefit of the country's stability and consequently the economic and social development of South Africa. I also seized the opportunity to congratulate President Cyril Ramaphosa for the fact that South Africa has won the lawful right of presiding over the G20, becoming the first African country that is assuming such a great responsibility of leading a group where we have included the most developed, the most industrialized country of the whole planet. So, it's not only about the President of the Republic, but also the South African people are to be congratulated and say that it makes us proud as all we are Africans. In as far as bilateral relations are concerned between Angola and South Africa, we have made the decision of holding as soon as possible the meeting of the Binational Commission, which in principle will take place in Angola, and preferably yet in the first semester or even in the first quarter of next year of 2025. We attach great importance to the holding of meeting of such a binational commission because, as you know, contrary to other joint permanent commission, this is a commission whose deliberations are presided over by the two heads of state, not by the ministers of foreign affairs, which means with the stake high at this level of head of state, for sure we cannot hold such a meeting to deal with minor issues. On the contrary, we will take heed to deliberate on issues that will have meaningful impact and will help increase the economic cooperation between Angola and South Africa. We are interested in cooperating. I mean, we've been cooperating already, but we are interested in deepening the levels of cooperation in virtually all the fields of our economies. But amongst all of them, it's true that we have to highlight some of those we consider to be priority or even of major importance. That is cooperation in the field of agriculture. Angola has put a bet on agriculture as the cornerstone of our economy's diversification. Angola is a big oil producer, but now we are engaged in diversifying as much as possible our economy. And South Africa is a country that, despite not having big watercourses, it has agriculture very much developed. So we would like to receive and learn a bit more South Africa's experience in this field. Mainly nowadays, as a lot is said about food security. Therefore, we invite South African investors in this field of agriculture and livestock. Those who are interested can come and invest in Angola because we have available land, available water, and much willing to receive the South African private investment coming in Angola virtually in all fields, but particularly in this field of agriculture. We have identified the sectors of education and tertiary education as those ones of common interest to be developed. South Africa has universities that are ranked amongst the best universities both on the continent and worldwide in some cases. And for that reason, cooperation in tertiary education, science and technology is an area that we have identified. We also would like to have increased cooperation in the defense and security sectors. South Africa is a country that has a developed defense industry in our country, in our continent, and is one of those that has one of the most developed defense sectors. And Angola would like to benefit from this know-how acquired throughout this year by the defense industry in South Africa. Other fields also are important. We spoke about something that is new. Maybe this is the first time that we have discussed it with South African authorities to see the possibility for the South African automobile industry investing in Angola in assembly lines of some of the brands that are built here in South Africa, having in view not only the Angolan market, but all market of Central African region, as you know, such as Angola, they also have left-hand drive cars. The range of areas of interest that we have identified here is quite big, and time would not be enough for us to measure them all, but we have highlighted only some of these sectors. We also, apart from bilateral relations, obviously we talked about multilateral issues such as the concerning situation that the world is going through today, with proliferation of wars and instability in our own continent, with coups, terrorism that is plaguing the Sahel region. In a big proportion of Sahel region, the unconstitutional changes of power, instability in the Democratic Republic of the Congo and Mozambique, both by force of the terrorist activities in Cabo Delgado and the post-election unrest that came up. We talked about all these issues and also the obligations that our states, Angola and South Africa, have in helping somehow to overcome this situation, which is a concern to all of us. With regard to the situation in Eastern Democratic Republic of the Congo, we briefed President Cyril Ramaphosa that the negotiation process is moving smoothly, and we have been conducting a set of meetings both at the experts level and ministerial level, and progresses were made, and these progresses will lead us to hold a summit of heads of states, that is the three heads of states from Angola, from the Democratic Republic of the Congo, and from Rwanda in Luanda next Sunday, 15th of December. We are optimistic that this meeting eventually will produce or the signing or the decision for soon signing of a long-lasting peace agreement between the two neighboring countries. We also reviewed, as obvious, the situation in the Middle East, the situation in Europe, the conflict between Russia and Ukraine, which can put at danger the global peace and security. So we all are part of the same planet. That's why we all must be concerned about everything that can put at stake the biggest good of humanity, which is peace and security, because it's only with them it is possible to have economic and social development. With these few words, I would like to conclude by saying that our visit is running positively. We still have some activities to be developed in the afternoon today, but in a nutshell, we can anticipate a positive balance of this visit that we are holding to the Republic of South Africa. Thank you very much, Mr. President.
Thank you very much, Your Excellencies. Ladies and gentlemen, maybe a better round of applause than that one. That's more enthusiastic. Thank you. Your Excellencies, thank you very much. You may take leave of us, and that concludes this media briefing. Thank you so much.